Hello and welcome to this week's edition of the Sunday Interview. My guest today is a grassroots mobilizer and a politician who has served at the local level as a chairman and up to the federal level as a senator. You will be meeting my guest after this time out. I am Azizat Olaoluwa. I'll be right back. Welcome back. My guest today was a senator in the 6th and 7th Assembly representing Lagos West Senatorial District. I am talking about Senator Ganiyu Olanrewaju Solomon, popularly called Gos. Thank you for joining us on the show.
Pleasure.
First off, how was growing up like for you?
It was real fun. I missed a lot of discipline, and maybe I should emphasize the communal life then. We lived in Mushin, at the heart of Mushin, and the life then was really communal. Everybody knew each other, and most importantly is the strict discipline that is enforced not only within immediate household, but within the community. Because everybody was responsible for everybody, kids, adults, and so on and so forth. So growing up was quite, looking back, was quite good.
Okay,
really nice.
Tell us about your parents and the kind of discipline they instilled in you.
Well, my father was the one that melted out discipline most, and yes, like me, was also a politician, and apart from his many businesses, and to the extent that you could hardly go to the next street. If you are found on the next street, you must have a reason being on the next street. And if you were not at home at dawn, you also must explain why. And the life then was a kind of a regimented. And I remembered that I was fully grown before I said I could say I witnessed the first crossover from 31st to 1st.
Wow.
I was already maybe my early teens.
Really?
Yes. I mean, you wouldn't. We're Muslim, so there was no need for us to go to church on the Eid. So, but because you are expected to be in bed 8:30. And that's how it was. So
did you really have time to at least be adventurous, be the normal young boy in Lagos?
Yes, because in the midst of all this, you're still allowed to play with your age mates, but within the environment. But by and large, with the benefit of insight, I want to say they actually did very well in bringing us home. Okay. It was indeed a polygamous house, and we lived together like one big family.
Which schools did you attend from primary school level?
Well, I attended St. Paul Anglican School, Idioro. And from there, it was, I think we were eager to go to the West, boarding house in the West. That's how they put it to us, because I remembered obtaining so many forms, sitting for several entrances. And the one that took my fancy then was the one that will take me outside the house, outside Lagos and Abeokuta. So I went to Keono Grammar School, Abeokuta, out of all other options that I had. But I wanted to go to the hostel, boarding house.
Okay, so after secondary school, which higher institution did you go to? What course did you study? And
well, after secondary school, I did my A-levels at Lagos State College of Science and Technology, as it was then known. I think it's now Lagos State Polytechnic. I did my A-levels. After that, I went to University of Lagos, the nation's pride, the University of First Choice, like Akoka. I studied political science.
Okay, let's talk about your family. How many children? Where are they? What are they studying?
Well, they've all finished schooling.
Oh, really?
Yes, I have 3 boys.
Wow.
And the first one is currently working. The second one is on his own, is into property. And the third one is also working. That is the last one. So maybe more is coming. The African tradition. Anyhow, can come up a lot more.
True. Okay, so do you drink? I mean, alcohol. Do you drink alcohol?
I've never tasted alcohol.
Never ever.
Never ever.
Really? Even when you were growing up,
no.
As an adolescent, you never.
Oh, no, I've never ever
tried a sip.
No, not even.
What about smoking?
I've never ever. Yes.
So, what is your favorite meal then?
My favorite
meal.
My favorite meal. I go for anything that you call a quick fix, and I'm not really a food person. Okay. And like bread in the morning with tea.
Really?
And in the afternoon, I limit taking starchy food to afternoon. And that is not very frequent. But the major one is my breakfast. It can be pap, it can be bread and tea, it can be yam. But in the afternoon, I don't have anything specific. But I like, as I said, I like the quick fix. Like I can get roasted plantain on the road. I'm okay with that. I can stop anywhere and buy that. Then I take gari more, and that is it.
What kind of music do you listen to? Who is your favorite musician?
I love the traditional music, like the Sakara, Apala, followed by Fela, Sonny, Obi, Abibolowa, Sakala Igbade. Apart from their rhythms, all these categories of musicians, apart from their rhythms, you also need to listen to the lyrics. For every music they churn out, they have a message for you. And you also discover that most times they have this cooling effect on you. And maybe when you are tired or you're stressed or you play the appropriate one, it kind of cools you.
So which songs comes to mind every time, really, as one of your best songs?
Well, I can't say anyone is if you play anyone now, I just pick it from there. Because
I would love for you to sing it, at least a line or a chorus of the song. That's why I'm asking, so you can choose before you sing.
Okay, let me sing Ayinla Mora.
Okay.
Àyìnlá ọmọ ọba rẹ̀ nígbẹ́kẹ̀lé àtẹ̀rámọ́ṣẹ́ ni ebi kì í pagún dọjọ́ alẹ́.
I'm sure you look surprised.
Yes. That's it. Quite a lot of them. like Yusuf and Fela in particular. And all these musicians I've mentioned, I have all their works.
Oh.
Or, as a matter of fact, I have the works of most Nigerian musicians.
Even the young ones coming up.
Rex Luxin, Victor Olaya, Orlando Owo. I have all their works. Okay,
but among the new ones cropping up, do you have any favorite musician among them?
Maybe you can't do a kind of a compartmentalization of their music. Me, I can't, because they look same to me. But I think most times I just listen to one and I like the lyrics, like this one. Jeremy, the girl that sang the Jeremy.
Simi, Jeremy.
Yes. I think I like the music, I like the reading, and but that does not mean I don't like others, but I get fascinated by the music, the beats, the lyrics, and that is about the modern ones, or the, how do we describe them now?
The young generation musicians
yes,
in Nigeria.
The young generation musicians. I don't know which categories you put, people like Pasuma, Ushupa, and yes.
They are Fuji musicians.
Oh, yes.
You like all of them too?
Oh,
okay.
Yes, yeah.
So, do you have time to socialize? If so, how many clubs do you belong to?
Well, I belong to quite a number of clubs, and just for, as you said, for social reasons, so that you're not seen as antisocial. But a club that I want to differentiate from other social clubs is not a social club; it's a service club. It's the Rotary, which I joined. I joined the Rotary in 1991.
Wow, that's a long time.
Yeah, I served as a president of Rotary Club of Isolo, 1997-98. And I still find time to participate in their activities. I think I should mention that because of the role of Rotary in giving services to humanity without minding costs, without waiting for anything in returns.
All right, I noticed the number of artworks, and of course I can see books everywhere in your office. Right. Why did you pick interest in arts first of? Or would you say you're an art collector, and then of course you're interested in books as well?
Okay, yeah. You know, I said we kind of lived a regimented life when we were growing up, and part of it was between lesson school and the Arabic school. We reported at my mom's shop, which is the next street. And just beside us is this famous cartoonist, Josiah Jiboye. He's a cartoonist, and he does a lot of artwork. And his wife too is also into art. And so we grew up seeing the works of art. And incidentally, my brother too also developed that knack for drawing. So perhaps that triggered my love for artwork, and I've collected quite a number of artworks.
Well, on this note, we'll have to go on a short break. I still have some more questions for you. My guest is still Senator Ganiyu Olanrewaju Solomon. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Glad to have you back. I have been speaking with Senator Ganiyu Olanrewaju Solomon, a two-time senator who represented Lagos West Senatorial District. Thank you for staying with us on the show. All right, now, your track record in politics has been quite impressive. You served as a local government chairman, you went to the House of Representatives, and then served twice in the Red Chamber as well. How was that experience like?
I will, at any time, given the opportunity, first appreciate the people of my constituency for the confidence reposed in me, and by extension, people of my political party, the Progressive Party, and the leadership for the opportunity. And I think I can show enough appreciation for that opportunity. However, it is a lifetime opportunity. If you are chosen to represent your constituency, and in doing it, I've learned quite a lot. And as they say, there's nothing that can beat experience. And they even say that money cannot buy experience. I've learned quite a lot, and it's quite an enormous experience. And I will advise anyone wanting to rule to. That's why I encourage people to go into politics. That is where you will rediscover yourself, and that is where you will also learn how to relate with people, because you will come across them in various shades, in various shapes and sizes, and you also must let them feel wanted. And the opportunity to serve as a representative too, one, it allows you to see people from other parts of the country, and to put light to some kind of stereotypes that you've had before. I've gone across the whole country. There's virtually any state in the country that I've not visited in the course of our duties. And I've had friends from all over. So my view, my perception of people may be different from somebody that hasn't gotten that kind of opportunity. And there's also the need to, what I find most, or what I find most enjoyable is the unity at which people in the Senate, at least the 67th Senate, worked. And that is why some people felt, are they in a cult or something? But because first and foremost, you believe that the country must come first. And you must look at things from, will it benefit those people I'm representing? And will it be beneficial? We kind of work more towards making sure that the country is united instead of divided. And I believe that in a kind of way, that means we have that unity of purpose. We have the same vision. Yes, we may have some people that is quite different from us, but by and large, I mean, you can say majority believes in working together to make sure that the country moves more forward.
All right, so since you left the Senate after the expiration of your tenure, the second term in the Senate, what have you been doing politically and otherwise?
Well, politically, I'm still an active politician. I'm still very active. And since in our party, decisions are made as to who gets what and when at any particular time. I've left myself open for services in whatever category or in whatever area that the party deems fit. But I've also engaged myself in the grassroots politics, and which is the most important one, because if you really want to go a long way, you must be with the base. You must be with them, and I've enjoyed staying with them.
Okay, and I understand you're from Mushin. in Lagos. So what have you done as a political bigwig in Lagos, really? Because you know the kind of image Mushin area has, they are very active and energetic. How have you been able to help?
Thank you for saying very active and energetic.
All right. So how have you been able to help the youths in Mushin area to channel that energy into something quite productive?
Well, Mushin is a component part of the state, and eventually is also a component part of Lagos West, which I represented. We've had a series of empowerment program. The kind of empowerment program that we put them in the right vocation, not the empowerment program where you just give them certificates, give them a handshake and ask them to go. But we made sure we empower them with tools necessary and with some money for them to take off. And we also have a lot of seminars for them where we encourage them. But the most important thing is the encouragement we give them. As I mentioned earlier on, we encourage them to go out for their desire. That you live in Mushin does not mean you must be. The perception some people have of people living, born and bred in Mushin is quite wrong from what is really on the ground. As I've told you, I'm proud to be born and bred in Mushin, and my boys too are born and bred in Mushin, and I have quite a number of big names in all industries in this country that I can tell you are born and bred in Mushin, and they're making good names for you. So it's the determination of individual that, look, this is how far I want to go, and I can go this far and even further than that.
All right. Who do you look up to in politics? Who's your role model?
Well, I have two categories for that.
Okay.
And I think when you talk about politics, maybe I want to start with the nationalists.
Okay.
And in that category, you'll be talking of Chief Obafemi Awolowo, the great Zik, Ahmadu Bello. They are basically in the class of their own. Their principles, the way they play politics, and so on and so forth. And the next category will be a living legend, and that is Alhaji Lateef Jakande. He quite did well, and I think he's next in line to the nationalists. He was also a nationalist. But the major one, which one I'm quite happy to say, is a role model, is a go-getter, and he baffles you how he goes about playing his politics. He will never take a no for answer, and when he's determined to get something, most times you surely get it. And if it doesn't come his way, you say, okay, yeah, maybe some other time, yeah. And he has also made a lot of sacrifices. Okay, he said, I go, like, why don't we allow this person go? Maybe that will explain his mass following or his cult-like following.
So who is the person?
And the person is Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
Jagaban Bogo.
Yeah, Jagaban Bogo.
Wow, the Lion of Bodinam.
Yes, he's a good role model.
Okay, so, looking ahead 2019, what plans do you have?
Well, 2019, the major thing now is to make sure that I play my part in ensuring that our party, the All Progressive Congress, wins all the elections that were fielding candidates. It's a major task for us. It's a major task for our members. It's a major task for our supporters. And that is where I am, regardless of who the... Now, it's not about any candidate anymore. It's about the party, because we've gone through the process of choosing who the candidates are and they've emerged. So the next thing is to make sure that they win at the general election. So yes, they may have faces, but what is in our mind is the party first, because we are working for the party. And that is what all and sundry do. And
what advice do you have for Nigerians in general and then the youth in particular going into next year?
Well, Nigerians in general, this is another round of elections. We will implore them to come out and exercise that right of theirs by making sure they vote. And when you want to vote, you also need to make the right choice. What is the right choice? You vote APC. That is your best bet. Is the party that has people, that is people-oriented, that is masses-oriented. Its programs are tailored towards elevating the suffering of the masses. And look at it at the local government level, state level, that federal level. It's evident that they know what is expected of them. And the best you can do for us, for Nigeria as a whole, is to make sure that you vote for APC. And for the youth, yes, this is also another chance for us. Elsewhere, people are eager to make sure that they vote. I think it's now time for us to make sure too that we are eager to exercise that right of us. And in doing that too, we must also make the good choice. Our choice must not be influenced by how much is anybody offering me. I mean, it's a disgrace if anybody is proposing to give you any money and you want to take it just for a vote. Whatever that fellow is offering you will be peanuts to what you're supposed to get in life during the period of that administration, if well channeled. So this is the time for you to make sure that you make the right choice. And this is the time for you too to start making plans. Where do you want to serve? What do you want to do? I mean, you must have your plans. And yes, maybe the economy, you feel that the economy is too, you don't wait for the economy to be buoyant. There's no economy that has reached a saturated stage that you can say is completely buoyant. We also have ups and downs, and you must find a way of being of seizing any available opportunity, regardless of the situation of that country economy. So I want to implore the youth: this is your time, and you don't have to waste your time. Just think, continue to try. Yes, you may try one venture. If it doesn't work, do not hesitate to go to another one. Eventually, you're going to eat it. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Senator, for featuring on our show today.
Thank you.
And that's it on the Sunday interview. This week's edition, of course, my guest was a one-time member of the House of Representatives and a two-time senator, talking about Senator Ganiyu Olanrewaju Solomon, popularly called Goals. For all your inquiries, you can send all of them to the Sunday interview at tvcnews.tv. Until I come your way next week, I am Azizat Olaudua. Bye for now.